Welcome back to the NDS. We are here at race 13 at Hillside. Look at qualifying up and down the order, and let's jump right into it. 36 of Toad Warrior on pole for this event. It's going to be an interesting day. This is our second of our third crown jewel. Hillside puts on one hell of a show if you can survive and go the distance here. Without further ado, green flag is out at the Steam 600. Here they go. Lined up, double file. See some good separation. The inside lane is going to be the top driving force throughout the day. Those who can get down, be doing good. RC 3 wide. Yeah, 3 wide's not totally uncommon, although you gotta watch out if the car on the low side doesn't have awareness, then that gets fucked. Doing pretty good, keeping the 52 up on the high side. Just it's a tough game on getting down. Several drivers in this mix right here. Not easy. So Toad Warrior's up front, but with how close these guys are packing together, like it's not a total draft track, but they stay close, and something interesting. Keep your eye on, like, who and what. We see a 21 way up there going for the lead. There are plenty of drivers who could use a good win here to get into the All-Star race to help their wild card setting. Just first career wins in general. With the 21 out front, who knows? Big 3 wide for second. Ace trying to hold strong on the outside. Event Nation pushing his way. Keep my eye on him. Very interesting driver. And the 52's gotten back down to the low side, trying to make up ground. So far, it's just been kind of a routine Hillside. Everyone's just kind of close to each other and whatnot. Even kind of a divide between the top 20-some, 23 and whatnot. As the back half of the field is definitely struggling in comparison to the front half. Some guys started back here. KSS not having the best of days, while others are just relatively filling the field here. Now Vet Nation could get the jump on the 51 here coming into 3. But it looks like these two for the lead. Oh, 36 with the turning down in the corner first, but the 16 holds his position there. There is so much racing on the line. And plenty of time to win the game on pit road as well. And there goes Vent for the lead. King looking to make ground on the low side. They did do a number on that 51. As you see a 3 wide top. Slips in behind 36 there. I think you see Goofy really starting to split the pack there. That 62 is just putting a big gap between these front guys and the back guys. But even with the front pack, see Volley here. 38 putting in work. Like, this Rookie of the Year fight has been an absolute bloodbath between our 4 rookies going at it. And the 38 is making sure his name is known. Now F4 Ace surrenders the lead. Toad gets it back. Like, with this fast, short 1 mile, like, one mistake could be devastating to the whole field. So these guys have to be on high alert around each other. Silent Fang picking up where he left off, just having a decent run. Like, despite his great start to the season, he's never won a race. That could change this season. And given by how he's performed in a lot of races there, it could happen. You see a slide out of the 51 coming out of turn 2. Having to save it there. Oh man. Not sure how much more tires these guys have left on them, so it'll be interesting to see what the fuck ends up happening. I still see the big chasm between 25th and 26th. Toad Warrior spacing out for the lead. Piper's been doing good enough to stay at least in the front pack at least. When they get through wide, like, it's good for the guy on the bottom because he can make up position, but they really get spaced out. Like, space between Hyper and Blasta more than usual, and especially with how fast these cars are down the straight in single file, they can really get some good separation as you see the top 4 starting to branch away. Especially when you get more powerful cars in front of the others, that's when it really starts to fall apart for the little guy. You see Ace and Silent Fang just can't keep up with those guys up front. And 36 goes high, 51 to the lead. King putting in honest effort there. Now that they're single file. Behind the top 4, they could enter in as the 21 now takes the lead. Or at least is looking. Not sure if he's going to get it going into 1. And 51 playing good defense. Toad Warrior just still hanging outside. Kind of single file on the latter half of the top 10 now. Chippy, aka Krugermeyer, he's not sure what's going on. Looks like the top 2 kind of broke away. It's just Jake and RS just going at it together. Huh. Jake and RS. Where have I heard that one before? That one incident at Star Speedway could ring a bell, but they got company coming in behind them. Vent Nation with a strong surge, but I don't think they're going to get a chance to capitalize on it, whereas they're still staying out. I'm not sure what I put the pit setter to. Yeah, it's been relatively calm. Oh, here they come. Green flag pit stops underway. The issue with like those really fast tracks is that it kind of cucks the all the speed that a lot of drivers have. But we'll see how this goes. Now they're coming in. The pit entrance is literally right after the start-finish line, so it's not like if you're coming to the checkered flag, it's not like you can mess up by going down pit road. So Bassell, Jerry, and CS stay out. Oh, Bassell coming in. That's not really a healthy entry for Bassell. We'll see what that happens. So Jerry and CS are staying out. Whoa. Might have stayed out too long. Problems for the 11 and 34. Yeah, Bassell barely made it in. These two not looking good. CS Fast and 11. Aside from his D&Q at Talladega, he's had such a good season going on. So to have this happen is just not what they wanted to have to see. Like, he's going to make it, but God, it's going to be tough. Even tougher for Jerry as he lost fuel pressure a few hundred yards or so back from CS. So these guys will probably have a tough time making it, making a finish of any substance here. All right, so Vent Nation looks like he's the new leader. All right, 16 out front. Everything seems to be a little bit spaced out. I see. Oh, there's still plenty of time to get this ship turned around. All right, 39 lead lap cars. There's little mini packs here. This one's pretty decently sized. Just give or take, just outside the top 10. Racer chugging along mightily fine. Then you have a next group of guys vying for a top 20 spot. Who knows what can happen. 24th Mizzou looking to get in this pack. Then Curbo and a few others. And then single file. Bassell actually not having a good stop. He's coming out 31st. And Jerry sits 2 down as Silent Fang leads. CS also 2 down. They're approaching Tayo, who's going to be going a lap down here. Yeah, lap cars, they have no respect for anything you stand for. And CS, despite being 2 down, he's right behind the leaders for 2 down, so it's not... I mean, if he can get 1 lap back, that'd be an improvement over Jerry. Still, though, it's pretty much a death sentence in a race like this, as the lead lap cars are still having trouble processing how to pass the 13. Vent. I know this is like pretty much almost full throttle all the way around, but like, you gonna do something? There he goes. He's making his move. As King is not having... King looks like he might be a bit off pace. He's making an emergency stop as we're still green. The second group has caught these leaders. RS, Ace, and Blasta. That makes more company for anyone looking to try to take the lead here. Yeah, a couple lappers on the low side. Vent Nation is just kind of hanging up high, just trying to get some sort of speed going. I don't think it's going to be enough. Whatever the hell he's got up there. Just so close but no cigar. F4 Ace looking dauntingly on the bottom side. CS Fast 11 just cleared this guy, so he's got one of his laps back at least. Tayo getting back on the lead lap, but Ace wanting to advance at all cost. Yeah. King of Kings is back out on the racetrack at 4 laps down. I think he might be going his 5th down right now. Yep, King, 5 down right now. That's very unfortunate. Now Laundry Sauce got passed by Tayo for position, and now it's just a plethora of lap cars that Vent and company have to deal with. Maybe they might hit the next green flag pit stop. There's gonna be plenty of stops this race. Whew. Vent Nation trying to use the lap car single file while side by side behind gets a little bogged down. I wonder how the second pack is doing. The second group's doing alright. They have some battles within themselves, but nothing real cooperation-wise. Same story as Group 1 here. And now they're dissecting the lap cars. Vent Nation's got to play like so many different lines, just trying to exist in this field. Silent Fang, though, he could be going for a pretty legit win here. CS, a little claustrophobic with the 11, but he stays strong. Still, though, the 11 being 2 laps down is not something he wants to see. 18 looking for the lead. And looking to hold that lead as well. Krugermeyer looking like he could be going for second here. Yeah, outside lane, like, yeah, it's the longer way around the corners, but down the front stretch, get some interesting pushes going up there, and really just Vent doing whatever he can to just hold the line. It's admirable in its own right. Yeah, well, these guys seem to have gotten mostly single filed out, so could expect them to come in very soon. For a second round of stops with the 18 out front. And the 18's in. A grand majority of the front pack stayed out. Not sure if it's because of how racy they are or what, but this is an interesting decision to say the least. I think they'll all be coming in this time. As there goes RS Blast Ace. Vent, Krugermeyer, and Jake are not one to come in yet. I think, methinks definitely this time. Yep. And here come the lead lap cars. And Laundry and whatever. Oh yeah, let's switch to the pit cam. I was like, I'm like a rap battle. Let's switch to the pit cam. Oh, Ox making contact with BS Fastlane 11 in the pits. But 00 does have that damage now. It's going to make his day a whole lot worse. So, keeping that in mind. Wow. Ladion trying to get up to speed from his pit stop. It's just, well, plenty of cars just trying to exist in the same space. Duke, Mizzou, Bourne, all just kind of existing together. Passing the 22. 00 coming back down pit road to address the damage that he has sustained. You see King actually a few laps down now, but he hasn't pitted. Yeah. Do not have the current update on lead status. It looks like the 51 of RS passing 11 back out front. And it looks like he's going to have to be holding off Silent Fang for this lead. Blasta and Krugermeyer looming in the shadow. Vent and Jake now battling for 5th. A second or so back. And they have a bit of a pack behind them to keep them company. Now Jerry coming out 2 down. As 34 comes up to speed. Let's see who he's got to race around. He's got Misty and this small little group to keep him company here. The 51 and the 18 are probably going to have to do a dance as they both continuously pass each other. But neither of them want that to be the case, as they just want to be able to just drive away. Alright, let's talk about Steam. Now, you've probably heard of Steam, and it's not the shit that comes out of a kettle pot or whatever. Steam is like this client that you have on your computer that you can use to buy, install, and play games. Like, not just like shitty Flash games, like AAA games, good games. Not this game. I mean, you could buy NASCAR Ignition 21, but you could also set your dick on fire. Honestly, for racing games on Steam, I'd buy Forza Horizon 5. But Steam is good. You buy your games, most recent games, and it's really good for anti-piracy with old games. That's one benefit, for me at least. But that is for a topic for a different time. Back to the race. And, we see an interesting battle development here. Krugermeyer trying to use the draft at the outside to get around Blasta using lap cars. But 51 is just going to try and brute force on the bottom. So the 2 won't be seeing success using this method. Canadian Lux has infiltrated the battle for the top 5 as the big secondary group with a couple lap cars to keep them company. And again, we have lapped Shoppa in this group here. Take a look at the back of the field. King is still running 3 down. CS is there. Yeah, Shoppa's the most recent car to get lapped. And the 00 is pulling it behind the wall. Oh, caution. Oh, shit. Wow. Interesting. What a tale. What a twist. It took us a little bit before half, but whoa, man. The 37 and equipment just expired. How long? Like, he blew it up coming out of 4. It just could not get down to pit road. See if a 23 gets by without incident. And who else is going to get? KSS. The issue is when they get side by side around him. Or, no. Oh, yeah, it does. The 8 of Kyle D just runs straight into the back of Born Ready. Huge collision by the 8. that will, I can imagine that will take the 8 out of this fucking race. As lap cars stay out, lead lap cars come in for more service. Might as well pit when you got to lose. Oh. More spontaneous mechanical failures. 33 of Italian Bum just fucking dropped a cylinder too. What is going on? This race just went from 0 to 100, like, just like that. As Italian Bum 33 is calling it a day there. Now the lappers are going to pit after lead lap cars. Silent Fang first off pit road, then Blasta, then Ace, then Canadian Lux, Racer, Volley, RS, Krugermeyer, Vent, Kryptonite. Top 10 off the pits. Oh. What the fuck? So this was like the caution had already happened. What the fuck happened to the 12 of Jambalaya? I mean, oh, what the hell? What the hell? The 77, oh, Exalta just stopped on the track, and that forced Misty Viper, he got, like, spooked and just stuck on the apron. And then there goes Karibo, Jumbo, Ox, Goofy. Yeah, Ox, Karibo, oh, Jesus Christ. God, it's a fucking circus. I tell you, that race, it just did escalate from 0 to 100. The DNF list is already big. Bourne's out, Kyle D's out, Ox is out, Karibo's out, Goofy's out. Italian's out. We only got 26 cars on the lead lap. Misty's laps down with damage. Jumbo's laps down with damage. Like, look, we may be 70 out of 150 laps in this race. But for all intents and purposes, the true race of Hillside has just begun. This reminds me of one of those IRL New Hampshire races. Oh, would you look at that? The 77 fucking broke down. Another mechanical, this time being the 77 of Misty Viper. Pace car off. The first half of this race has been the calm. Green flag as we go into the storm. Oh boy, Jerry already embracing the chaos of this race by throwing a 3-wide move on Jambalaya. Nobody will be spared today. Spare nobody. Let the chaos inject it into my veins. Racer just hanging around top 5 so far. So far, the leaders have just kind of been training around the outside. But you see Vent Nation making a lunging effort to take this lead from Silent Fang. In which he does. 16 in control. Now with a fresh set of tires and a good run, the question is, now what the fuck do you do? Silent Fang trying to make something happen. Look at Cade out of nowhere into the top 5. Blasta just existing mightily strong on the low side. Just being a bro. Fat Nation just, though, he's taking full advantage of the second half of this race. F4 Ace in the scene. Canadian Lux. He's looking for finally having a good finish for once in his career. This season at least. Canadian Lux, another all-time winless driver, looking for more. I mean, there's still plenty of drivers up here that never won a race in their career. Cade, Silent Fang, Canadian Lux, Eastlamp. He's trying to get into the top 10. And the first career win would be a hell of a trophy for him to hang here. As looks like Jake has caught 16, and now the battle is on between Colleague and Wood Brothers, so to speak. Trying to take advantage of a side-by-side and maybe try to get him under a 3-wide maneuver, or wait for him to take the high side off of 4 to push to the lead going into 1. I mean, Jake can't sit still forever. He's got the 6 pounding down his rib cage. And that cannot be a good feeling. As the 21 making that move. Yeah, King's 5 down, so despite his good position he holds, there's this lap cars racing just to throw chaos in the wind. CS, he's up to the top 30 now, or almost top 30. He and Jerry. I mean, those drivers who fucked up their early pit strategy would be having the courtesy of passing cars who just ate shit on the first caution. So that's a plus. Blasta and Jake having a nice formal race with each other. Just a courtesy thing. They just want to keep it calm because they know what's behind them. Vent Nation in third's got a couple lappers to negotiate. Racer and Cade rounding out the top 5. Yeah, some of those guys who were like relevant in the early run, like Silent Fang, got bopped back to 20th. RS trying to pull up to the top 10. And even Hyper. He's just been kind of existing. Currently sits trying to get some ground made up in the top 15, but it's not sticking to the wall. Duke and KSS, 2 drivers looking for more. And it all comes back to the front with Blasta now having to hold off a hard charging Vent Nation. Don't think it'll take very kindly, but these 2 drivers certainly putting in the effort. Vent Nation looking for his win here, to punch his ticket to the All-Star race and just try to keep his seasonal 1 win per season alive. Well, at least 1 win. I mean, Vent hasn't had a multi-win season in his career, but that would be so good if he got one. At least he'd think that. Not sure about the others. Cade sitting in 3rd. Cade has really been overperforming in his car as of late. He had a disappointing rookie season where he finished 20th in points in a pretty decent car. He was expected to take a step back, but he has popped off. So far, at least. I mean, he's taken some races off, go part-time, even split the ride with a Ringo. But now he's a made man in 2nd place sitting in that 96. 96 car has never really been competitive. Let's see if it changes going forward. Now you see new faces. RS back in the top 5. Mizzou having a decent run so far. Hyper and Duke and KSS, it's like, hey, Look at all these drivers coming in now. As hold up, Jambalaya. Lap car alert. They're gonna have to pass him. So Vent and Cade get by, squeakily clean. Now I think RS gonna try to use the lap car as a pick to get around Ace. And they're still putting 12 of Jambalaya on that second lane. These guys are having no fun just getting held up by a lap car. As 50 does, you see some pit stops take place. See some early pitters. I mean, the last caution pit was around the late 60s, so this does make sense. And now the 96 of Cade holds the lead so far, as we probably will see more green flag pitting coming here. I would not get double wide if I were these guys. Vent Nation, knowing what he's got. Oh, it's only the 6 around him pit, so looks like for track position, Cade leads both Vent and RS. This is where things get trouble, because you have cars racing around that have already made service and some that haven't. So the cars are pretty much self-aware enough to not pull a Quinn Houff, but running out of fuel is still a concern for at least some of these guys. And 51's in, along with Mizzou and Hyper. KS, Laundry, still got plenty of guys racing around each other. This race hasn't been as shit hitting the fan inducing as previous trips to Hillside. Not sure how that'll go down in the reception. Honestly, half the reception of these races is all about whether or not did the guy I like win. Take this shit seriously, man. What a mess. F4 Ace coming off his pit stop. He seems in a decently good position as drivers getting up to speed here, looking for some more track position. It looks like when it comes to like rookie matters, Zentz and Volley are on the ball, especially Zentz putting in a hell of a drive today. 12 Jambalaya getting up to speed. I think Fent. No, who the fuck is leading now? Jake Blasto Cade. This little 3-car tango right here as we eclipse lap 100. You know there's going to be some mad lad who tries to one-stop it if we go green all the way. Although I doubt that'll happen. Duke with a surprise renaissance here. He's up into this little top 5 battle here. Scored across the line in 4th, but having to lose a position to the 52 before trying to take it back. Not bad for these guys. Not bad. Big little pack here. Racer not having the best of days. 19th is kind of Cha, Eddie, and Exalta just trying to race on the lead lap, survive, you know, the usual. Krugermeyer, he fell off really hard, and that brings us back to top 3. Yeah, 26 lead lap cars. Damn, it's laundry list of dead here. As they're all just Jerry trying to keep up. Currently 2 down. Look who's behind them now. Watch out for Duke, Silent Fang, and RS. Fast Lane 11 catching these first 3 guys at least. And it looks like Krugermeyer could be soon to get lapped. As we see the 1 car of Chalk Killer coming back in. No reason given. He will go a lap down. Third place, not the 3. Yeah, 96 is a little too strong of a run. Having a lucky day, I'd say. Now Cha will be at least 1 down. That puts 25 on the lead lap. Still, though, this mix-up has allowed for certain drivers to really get an edge on the field. Cade probably benefited so much from that 1 caution. Chalk Killer back on the track. Looks like he's going to be 3 down, 2 down, 3 down. Jambalaya going his 4th down as they catch the lap Krugermeyer and put King a 7th lap down. Seems these guys are a little bit spaced out now. This race is starting to lose a bit of its edge. But we see a 21 up front kind of defining who's being really good in the late game here. As 12 continues to lose more ground and hold up more cars. Not to wonder. Will we see a strategy finish? Could this race possibly end green? Vent sitting back in 8th now. The 21 has that lead, but like with these drivers around each other, could they work together to accomplish more? Not sure. No, I know Blasta looking for 2nd now. The 6 has been rather having a weird past, but right now that 6 car has not looked any more dominant than it has this season. It's just tearing through, getting top 5s and top 10s. This is very hit and risk, or risk versus reward car. Now we see more reinforcements for the lead battle. Silent Fang and RS Fast and 11 moving in swiftly. And now 21 outed from the lead. Cade will try to move in on this lead. 21 holding strong relatively on the outside there. There's still single file. That's not good news for the 6. The 6 wants to see these guys get double or triple file moving in. As now they're trying to use the outside, trying to get that push there. But now it seems like the 51 has been left hanging. Where'd Jake come from? Jake's still out there. And now we see a couple pit stops happening now. Lap 120 for the leaders. Those first few pitters may want to reconsider their strategy come the end of the race if we stay green. A couple more coming in, and a couple more running around. Cade, your current leader. It seems from aside from one lap that had a weird case of the Mondays, everything seems to be in decent procession. New leader, 51. With green flag pit stops on the horizon. They're going to try and go high the 23. 16 pitting. I definitely think when it comes to the risk versus reward factor, these guys who are currently staying out now try to stretch this one out as long as they can, have the best chance to go all the way. As Cade and Jerry come in, the 51, still not budging on coming in this time. Like, I think he's making sure he has enough on the next run, but does he have enough to make it in this time by? 52 is already pitted. So in the 51, finally breaks away down pit road. Mizzou following him. So that's everyone of importance there down pit road. But it's really squeezing the 21, making him work for it. This could be a fuel mileage nail biter we're approaching here. Oh, Silent Fang really having to split the middle. So many cars on so many different plans that they just gotta bobbing and weaving, getting through them all. Jake having to go right around the 51. Oh, everyone's trying to make their way around. CS falls in behind RS to give him a little buddy help there. So, yeah. New leader, Cade. But Cade trying to hang on. See, top two currently running, looking for their first career wins. An interesting tale. As they're getting 3 wide with Jerry behind them. Why would you do that? The 6 of Blasta is not throwing in the towel, and the 23 of Duke has been rather consistent in marching up, making progress. This race has a lot of open doors left to decide what it wants to be. I'm actually not exactly as disappointed as a Talladega race. As Blasta still has to figure out a way around Cade, though. As King looks still not trying to prevent his way from going a 7th lap down. Blasta has the inside, and with help from the 23, I think he's got it made. Blast out front with Duke 88 as the rear gunner trying to push his way in, but Cade not giving up that outside lane as easy as you'd think. '96 still has some bad tricks left in the bag. Vet Nation returning to this group here. Silent Fang, 4th in line. Well, 5th in line. 4th of the lead lap cars. Duke 88 makes a very bold decision to go high, which... interesting choice. I mean, you give up at least 2 positions doing that. Decision making is not an NR specialty. Jambalayer's back. Yay! We get to deal with the 12 again. Blasto's cleared out all the lap cars before the 12 so far. As see Cha returning on track. I think the 1 might have spooked the 23 a bit, so unfortunate there. As see, it's just a lot of cars just in a small concealed area. Really treacherous here. Blast is still reigning supreme. As the race is near its end of what exactly it wants to be. Drivers on the high side, just interesting play there. As it looks like the lead group somehow got split. Looks like Duke, Canadian Lux, and Fent kind of got drug away from the main group, as now Blasta and Cade race for this lead together. Problems for the 99 of Cade. 96 of Cade is running into some issues here. Such a glorious run has been undone by an unforeseen issue in the 96 team. Heartbreak. They were lined up second place looking for more, and now their day and their chances are over. Now this sits Silent Fang in the P2 position, ready to strike. And cars like these spraying their way out, there's no guarantee of what will happen. And we're within the 10 to go, so it's going to be interesting to see. When did you last pit? When did you last pit? That question might come back to bite you in the ass. As Cade is back, but he will be 2 laps down. Very unfortunate for such a driver looking for a chance here. Like, even if Jake gets second place, there's just lap cars upon lap cars here. What are you going to do? Try to get around the 6. The 6 is up high, though, so the window's open for Jake. Just don't fuck it up. Just don't fuck it up, man. 7 to go. As Jerry's going to take the lower line. But now Blasta losing plenty of ground. That's going to give Jake a look into the lead. Does he get it done? Do not know. 51's sitting up high. Just thought, I've raced so much. Let's let some other guys have it. Yeah, no, and that 51's generous my ass. As we see some drivers not quite able to make it on fuel there. This is it. This is the did you save enough? Did you play your cards right? Did you do it, man? Because if you're out on fuel, then that's just rest and piss. 11's on pit road, and that's not really that mattering. 4 to go. Did the 21 save enough? He's not going in for it, and the 21 taps out. 51 to the lead. And looks like Vent Nation a little slow there. He's sitting third. Blasto running second, 3 to go. But he taps out as well. 2 to go. RS Fast and 11 out front with Vent Nation second place. They're approaching Folly. I do not see Vent Nation even catching the 51. White flag in the air. One more time around. Yeah, those who could make it really are the kings of today. This is pit strategy played to a T. And the 51 of RS Fast and 11 gets his big win at Hillside as they crash in front of him. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It looks like smoke came out of the 23 machine. So, looks like we got wreckers post checkers. And you can see the finishing order has been absolutely rearranged. I'd say this is, like, I can already tell by looking at this, big Rookie of the Year implications here, as well as some good finishes for underdog teams. But, yeah, can we get a caution check? So, a caution. So the caution came out right there. So the leader was in the middle of 3 and 4 at the time. Trouble, spinner of a 23. Yeah, it looks like Silent Fang was trying to get up to speed here. And it looks like Silent Fang just drifts into Kryptonite, and both drivers just take Duke for a spin going to turn 1. Duke didn't hit anything, and everybody was able to avoid him. But we saw the smoke out of race leader's perspective, and it definitely was a bit of a frightening moment there. As we see Vent Nation reprising his usual role of being one step short of greatness. But back to the results page. Man, like, you never know. Like, that caution with Born Ready blowing up and just getting killed came out at a pretty good timing. And it definitely shook up the results as a consequence of that action. Plenty of drivers short of finishing. And even those who did, some of them not really in good results. But that is all for NDS here. Next time, NDS will go dirt. So make sure, if you want to see dirt track action, catch us next time. Peace.